Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. It's your girl Little Latina coming at you with another video, and today I'm going to be giving you 3 main big components to help you with your reproductive health, how to smell better, taste better, and overall be a lot healthier and cleaner, which is definitely just going to be a result of better overall health. That will help you to basically have a lot more healthier reproductive organs that function a lot better and probably smell and taste a lot better. If you're a girl, you've most likely for a long time been hearing that cranberry juice is the holy grail to a good smelling and good tasting kitty cat. And those claims are mainly incorrect unless you already have a healthy diet, and that's actually the reason why you'd be smelling and tasting good. It's not necessarily the cranberry juice itself that does this. Now, it's an important thing to remember that your kitty cat area is literally an organ. It's not going to smell like roses or flowers, and it's not going to taste like a cake. It is a reproductive organ, therefore it's going to function like an organ. It's not really going to taste like anything. If there is a slight taste, it's going to be a little bit salty or a little bit tangy, and there should not really be a smell at all. And anyone who tells you that you can naturally have a kitty cat that smells like flowers and sunshine is lying to you, because it is literally impossible to make an organ smell like anything other than an organ. Now, with that being said, how do we achieve this plain smelling, healthy, functioning kitty cat area without having to drastically change what we're doing or use things like douches or use any of those Summer's Eve products, which are actually horrible for your area down there? But luckily for you, the answer is quite simple, and it is just food. Our diet is a main component on how our kitty cat smells and tastes and overall function. That's the thing with this area. It smells almost exactly like what we're eating and what we're putting inside of our body. So if we're putting in healthy things like fruits and vegetables and seeds, it's going to be smelling the way it should and tasting more clean and tasty than it would if you're eating crappy things like constant sugar and just really bad foods. We are what we eat, and our organs reflect that. The health, smell, and taste of your kitty cat is completely dependent on what you're putting inside of your body. That's why things like pads, tampons, having intercourse can actually change your pH balance and how you smell down there. So even something like that you wouldn't actually think makes a big difference does make a difference. So it's important that we know what's good for our body and what's good for our organs, and being able to monitor that and keep track of that in a way that's sustainable. Not to mention that a healthy diet also stimulates reproductive health, so if you're looking to start a family sometime in the future, eating healthy is going to help you with that. Okay, so for starters, some foods that you definitely want to avoid eating is going to be fake refined sugars. Sugar is in a lot of foods, especially prepackaged, store-bought foods that are not actually healthy or whole. And eating this fake constant sugar is going to give your kitty cat more of a yeasty, bready smell. Not to mention, you're most likely going to feel tired all the time and really not have any motivation to do anything, and you'll probably have a lot more breakouts or experience a lot more intense cramping during your period. And the second type of food that you really want to avoid as much as possible is gluten. Gluten is in so many things: cereals, breads, pizzas, burgers. All those types of foods have gluten in it, and that is very, very bad for your health and this area down here. Not to mention that it probably makes you really, really bloated, and it helps keep fat in areas where you don't want it to be. Now, that's not to say that you should never have sugar or gluten. Obviously, there's going to be times when you're craving stuff like that. I'm just saying, don't consistently have it every single day, because that is not only terrible for your body and going to provide you with 0 nutrients, it's also going to reflect down there, and it's going to smell all the time. And no matter how many times you clean it, no matter how many times you shave or douche or whatever it is, it's still gonna have that smell, because what you eat is what you're going to smell like. Alright, so now that you know what to avoid, you need to know what to eat. This is going to be pretty common knowledge, but eating whole, real foods is going to make not only your organs function better everywhere, but it's going to make this thing down there smell a whole lot better and actually taste a little bit sweet. So having things like actual fruits, having things like vegetables, seeds, nuts, everything of that nature is going to make you a lot healthier, which will result in no smell of any sort down there. The same can go with foods that don't smell near as good. If you're eating a lot of onions and peppers, you're gonna have that smell down there too. Our kitty cat is very receptive to what we are eating, so it's going to smell like what we eat. So if we're eating onions all the time, not only is your urine gonna have that onion smell, but your just organ in general is gonna have that smell. Also, don't forget to stay hydrated. Hydration is key, especially drinking water. Do not ever drink some of those fake fruit juices. All that is just a bunch of fake sugar with some artificial flavoring. Mainly only drink water, tea, or coffee. Also, drinking a lot of water helps keep you lubricated down there, so if you find that you struggle to have proper lubrication just in general, not even necessarily during sexy time, staying hydrated will definitely help keep that area hydrated as well. Okay, segment 2, keeping clean. So now that we already have a basis and know what we need to eat to make the inside of our organs clean and healthy, now we need to know how to make sure the outside is clean and healthy as well. This is actually very simple. Once implemented, the effects are shown basically that day or the next day. It takes a little bit of changing your diet for about a week or two before you actually start to see the results significantly. So this is one of the things that you can do today and basically see results within the next few hours, and that is just washing your organ area correctly. Now, I think it's pretty well known that the actual inside of our kitty cat itself is self-cleaning. That's why we have discharge. But what isn't self-cleaning is our labias and clitoris, which is that area at the top that has all those cute little lines up there. That area itself needs to be cleaned. So what I do and what you should do is take an unscented soap. Never use any soap with a fragrance, because that will actually induce a more fishy smell and will also change your pH balance. So plain soap, and all you're going to do is lather it up in your hands or in a little washcloth, however you want to do it, and just clean in between the folds of the labia and on the clitoris hood and on top of that little area, and then rinse it out with cold or lukewarm water, and that's basically all you have to do. Never to put anything inside of there, never put anything with fragrance in there. It doesn't matter if anyone tells you that you should, do not do it, because it will make things worse. Also, whenever you are menstruating, you need to make sure that the items that you are using are being changed every 3 to 5 hours, but making sure that that is also clean and sanitized is going to make a big difference in your overall reproductive health, not necessarily just smelling better. Now, personally, I would recommend using reusable period underwears, which actually are a thing. You don't even have to put on a pad or a tampon, you just wear the underwear, and then once it's a little bit too bloody, you take it out and then use another one that actually is very good for the environment, or use Diva cups, because tampons and pads actually take decades to decompose and are basically littering the planet with a bunch of unnecessary plastic. Definitely would recommend trying what you can to reduce that level of trash, essentially. But either way, just use what you have. Just make sure that you're keeping track of it and not wearing them for days on end. So make sure that that's also being changed a lot to keep yourself clean down there as well. And the last part, which is probably my favorite part, is clothing is key. What you wear down there is also going to have an effect on how much discharge you have, what you're smelling like, whether or not you're really sweaty down there. This is also pretty well known, but using cotton underwears is going to help prevent a lot of smell down there, because you're wearing a piece of fabric that is literally covering your organ all day. So it needs to be covered with a fabric that aligns a lot better with the acidity and constant discharge and lubricant that's down there. So wearing cotton underwears as opposed to like silk underwear is going to make a big difference. Another important thing is that you need to allow your kitty cat to breathe. If she's constantly being suffocated with extra small underwear and super tight leggings and really tight jeans, she is going to be dying down there. Not only is she most likely going to be sweaty, she's going to be smelly, because if you keep that area constantly suffocated and having super tight garments that are most likely going inside the actual lips of the kitty cat area, that's going to cause a lot of friction friction in between there and can not only cause a rash or a yeast infection, it's just going to cause a lot of smell and sweat to be down there. And once you have that sweat smell mixed with the organ smell, it then can become kind of fishy. So try not to constantly wear tight clothes all the time. Allow her to get some oxygen every now and then. And then this one is also pretty basic, but making sure all of your underwears and leggings and jeans and everything like that are properly cleaned is going to make a difference as well. But with that being said, that is the end of our little video. Hopefully you learned some new useful information. I know not everyone has had someone in their life to teach them about proper kitty cat hygiene and how to keep that area properly cleaned and know how it actually works, because I know there's a lot of misinformation about this area. But with that being said, if you found any useful information from this video, don't be shy and go ahead and leave a like, comment, or subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it, and it will boost this video on the algorithm so others can see this video and possibly learn something new. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a beautiful day.